For investors, by investors. You're listening to the only show on the planet for real estate investors, wholesalers, rehabbers, landlords, private lenders, cash buyers, fix and flippers. This show is for you. Welcome to another edition of Real Estatepreneurs. So last episode, we talked about the shift happening in the real estate landscape, how things are changing, how you're going to be forgotten if you don't make a change. And today we're going to give you one of the single biggest opportunities online, especially if you want to sell more properties, connect with motivated sellers, and build your brand. So let's jump in.
Real Estatepreneurs, episode 2. We're going to dive in. We talked in episode 1 about the landscape of what's going on and how you can separate yourself from the big competition and the big boys. And we're going to take it a step farther today and talk about how to leverage video and some campaigns and stuff like that for your current business. And I want to talk about kind of an infrastructure, kind of a structure that you can use and wrapping it all together. And I want to start out real quick with a result that I was just having a conversation with a client. And what's interesting about that is, so I was just having a conversation with the client and they had reviewing a video ad. It was pretty cool. We were taking a look at the motivated sellers they've generated leveraging online marketing over the last 2 months. There's 134 motivated seller leads. And the interesting part about the process was that one of the videos, that wasn't them, that wasn't anybody else, they were using a video of a client who pulled out their iPhone and said, "This company has helped me tremendously. Here was my scenario. Here's what happened." That video alone is getting motivated seller leads that are highly indoctrinated to the company and turning into contracts for them because it's someone else. It's a video that someone gave them and reviewed their business for them. And then they wrote a Facebook ad with that video and drove them directly back into their site to help other motivated sellers. So think about it. We talked earlier.
Nate, you used a big word. I don't know that I understand that word and I can't pull up my dictionary. What does indoctrinated mean?
Indoctrinate. Yeah, good point. Indoctrination, man, it's introducing yourself to somebody else. It's somebody who's getting to learn more about you, somebody who's being introduced to your business and they're watching videos, consuming content, and they're going, all right, well, JR Investing is somebody in my local market. I know who they are, And Sally Joe, we'll bring her back in this episode, is just told me how amazing JR Investing is going forward. So somebody that I could potentially work.
So you've seen way more data than me. I wrote a post about this a long time ago, but I haven't done ads forever since I hired you, thank God. But I found when I was running ads that almost always anything, even if I was doing it myself, an iPhone video did better than a well-produced video. You've seen way more data. Is that what you see?
Yeah, we 100% iPhones work better because think about it. Social network, what's important? It's friends communicating with friends. How many of your friends go into the studio to create a high quality video and text it to you?
Only me.
No. Yeah, and then get ragged on for the audio.
Yeah, right. You suck.
So 100%. We have actually interesting enough, one of our clients is he sent us a bunch of videos and they're all green screened up and funkiness, and we weren't getting a lot of engagement or interaction with the videos. And then I called him up. I was like, dude, you got to drop that green screen. Get outside. Go have a conversation, pull your phone out, do this exact same video content. Video content was amazing and great content, but the production quality was just too good. So he got outside and ended up creating outside. And then we started getting more engagement and everything else with those videos. Same message, just different environment.
That is so funny because now that we're talking about it, it's a copywriting maxim or a direct response maxim that ugly always outdoes pretty. Like always an ugly site, an ugly letter, an ugly set or background will do better than something that's too pretty and too polished because people don't trust that. I don't know what it is. Somehow ugly engages people more. And so we're seeing it in video too.
Especially on a social front. I mean, it all comes down to what they're used to seeing, right? And someone's scrolling through their news feed and they see some guy with a green screen behind them and it's kind of just a funky background. Well, that's not like that. You're not a green wall, green screen, and they impose some background on the behind, and they're like, "Oh, that's
BS.
walks like a duck
That
and
Lamborghini's not really
walks like
there.
a duck, quacks like a duck," right? So they don't pay attention to it, especially on social, man. It's all about friends, friendships, and connections. So me sitting on the couch doing a quick little video saying, "Hey, chilling in the office," is going to have way more power than me getting this massive production quality thing done. So, and so what's really, really cool when you do videos, let's get into another piece about the video. What's really awesome about that video is, imagine you have a good video. Let's talk about some videos you can do right now. Think about the last 5 deals that you created. So let's give some people some tactics here.
Oh man, shouldn't we sell that? Shouldn't we be selling tactics? We just want to tell them what to do. We don't want to tell them how to do it, do we? They won't listen. They won't listen.
So, so take the last 5 deals you've closed and write out those 5 deals, what happened, how you acquired the deal, how you structured the deal, and how you helped a seller in that deal. And then you can create a video just talking about that. There you go. Now you got video content. So you got no excuse now. And then number 2, another way that you can go out is go and create another video. If you got a rehab going on, go to the house, talk about some of the pain in the ass stuff that happened with that rehab, because we all know it happens when you get into a rehab. Foundational issues that you didn't know about. HVAC got stolen overnight, you know?
After we're done here, I'm going to send you that. Like my first videos on Facebook were me in a rehab wearing construction clothes.
Nice. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, create those videos. But what's cool, once you start getting into creating these videos, Facebook, if we can talk a little bit about the social marketing, Facebook's got this cool little feature that anyone who watches that video, you can add to a retargeting audience and say, "Hey, Facebook, anyone who watched 50% of my video talking about how I helped a couple that was getting divorced sell their home to me and get them the cash they need to help with their divorce," right? So let's just use that as an example. Now, let's say that you've had 1,000 people watch that video in your marketplace. You can watch 50% of that video. You can now show them an ad that says, "Hey, if you have a house that you want to sell or you need help with, we can do it," right? So if you want a house that you want, the same typical ads, or you can retarget those people and show them a testimonial video of those same clients that you talked about that deal that gave you a video testimonial saying how you helped them. Now, I don't know if you'd probably get the divorced couple on the same camera, but you might get, one of them talking how you guys helped them through that process and help buy their house from them. So what's really, really cool is they have this feature that allows you to create audiences within audiences. So people that engage with your ads, people that watch your videos, Facebook, with a couple of clicks of a button, you can create an audience and say, "Hey, I want to show them more ads of our stuff," right? So now you're consuming their feed. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I want to help pull you back out of the weeds because I think we're getting too nerdy in there. That is the idea, right? I mean, with a TV network, a radio network, is to build an audience. And so what I hear you saying here, minus the technical stuff, is that if you do this correctly, you can use Facebook to build your own audience. So you have people who know you, who like you, who trust you, and people who have, to use your word, been indoctrinated to you. In marketing, this is highly valuable because this is a hot market then. Somebody who knows you, somebody who wants what you have, or at least has consumed what you're giving them. So that part has always excited me. And now I have a question for you. Why aren't we doing these on my ads? You don't need to answer that. I'm just busting chops.
We're too busy getting $2 registrations.
So cool. All right. We're talking about the new angle here. We're talking about building audiences. So what else do we need to know about social?
Well, one other important piece about social is, and I think we already touched on it a little bit, but just be yourself on it, right? Be who you are on social. You don't have to try and everybody freaks out.
But who are you really? How do you know who you are? This is serious. I'm going to be vulnerable here. Like, people tell me I'm nothing like my videos when they meet me and when they're in person with me. So am I not who I am on my video?
Oh man, I don't know. I think you're a lot like who you are in your video when I meet you.
Do you really think that?
Yeah.
It's the nicest thing you've ever said to me, man. Seriously though, it's hard though to find the voice. Like, I will admit that when I do a video, I intentionally take up the energy and amp it up. But when we're chilling on the mountain, snowboarding or drinking a beer, it's not the same person. So how do you find that balance?
It sounds like you might have figured it out. I don't know. Me, I just pull up a camera and shoot a video. I don't really, and the thing is, I don't care if
But you're chill all the time. That's you, right?
you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, you don't like me. So why don't we talk more about that? Like if you're going to create videos, one thing I just told some real estateepreneurs I was talking to is I said, number one thing when you start getting into the video stuff, get over yourself, right? Who cares what people write? Who cares what people have to say? Right?
Oh, come on now.
It doesn't have to be perfect. Pop it up. Your first video and your first 5 are probably going to suck.
Oh, I feel like you should have prepared me, bro. I should have brought comments from my videos. Like, you suck at life. I hate you. You look like Elon Musk if he failed and nobody liked him. That was actually a good one.
So, and the videos probably aren't going to be that good, and your video game is going to get better over time, and you're going to get more comfortable. Get your reps in, man. So, what do they say? You become an expert after 10,000 reps. Now, I'm not saying go create 10,000 videos, but you get all right with 10. You'll get good enough to get some good videos out there. But yeah, and that's another thing. You know what? People are going to say stupid stuff on your videos. They're going to make fun of you. But
so what do you do? What do you do with those people? Do you engage with them? Do you make fun of them back? What do you suggest?
Both.
You do? You engage?
I engage with some people. I make fun of back. I mean, I'll crack on them back. Like one lady made this comment bashing me on a video. I mean, my video literally was 3.5 minutes of just discussing a process that you can use in your business with nothing to offer. And she's calling me a scam artist. I'm like, there's not even a link to buy anything on my site, let alone besides did it. And I didn't even ask.
How'd that make you feel?
Oh, it just made me laugh. It's always the people with animal pictures that leave the funniest comments, right? Or the most hurtful ones. Hateful.
Oh, hurtful. Oh, yeah.
But so I commented back. I was like, I didn't know dogs could type. I mean, so that was a profile.
You know what? It would have been better if you said something else. I didn't know bees could type.
I didn't want to do all that. I don't want to be mean.
That would have been hardcore. You know what? I had a video that I did I don't know if you remember it. You probably don't remember it. I did it when we were in Utah, actually, when we were at that mastermind in Utah where I was talking about average, ordinary people. And that video got so much hate, but it also got like 200,000 views. I think I spent $2,000 on that, or maybe less, 200,000 views. And the hate that came from that was amazing. But the lesson I learned was I was engaging the people and I'd make fun of them and just laugh at them and just say funny things. And I think it might have gotten me more views because more of the wrong views, of course, because then more people would jump on the bandwagon. But I don't do it anymore, man. Like I don't have the energy. And you guys choose your path, how you want to do this. Like Nate is more laid back than me. Me, I might get angry. Nowadays, what I do is on Facebook, they give you those different emoji likes. And so sometimes when they say something really hateful, I'll heart it. Sometimes I'll laugh at it if it makes me laugh. Or sometimes if I feel bad for them, I'll give them the little teardrop emoji. Like, that's it. That's my engagement. What else? They can't do anything. But it's going to happen. Is it not?
And it's going to happen. Another great one is like when someone goes on a tangent on an ad or on a video that you did and they're like and they're looking to argue with you and they're trying to create kind of a debate. I just always write back, okay. Because that just ruined their day. They're trying to engage me in an argument. And I feel like that's the best way for me to just make their day even worse than it was when they took the time to write the comment.
Bro, well, let me give you one of my favorite ones, though, before we move on, because we should have just made the whole show about this. But one of my favorite ones, and this is Chris Evans, smartest guys in marketing. You know him. I know him. It was on one of my ads where I was getting a bunch of hate. He comes in and he drops him with, oh, it sounds like someone ate an angry sandwich today. An angry sandwich. I don't know. He gets plenty of hate. Him and Taylor, I'm sure, get tons of hate.
Yeah. So it's, you're going to get it. I guess the whole purpose of all this conversation is it's going to happen. Laugh it off, move on. Don't let that stop you. You're real estateepreneurs. I've got a list of like kind of what the real estateepreneur looks like is. And these are people who want to have positive impact in their community. And if you're out there and putting value in a place because you're helping people in your community who've got properties they got to get rid of, and you're helping them get out of these situations that they can't handle, like you're doing a disservice by not doing videos and helping them. And you're letting other people who are just saying stupid stuff getting your way of helping people. If you're a real estatepreneur, you're in your community helping and providing value and creating also properties that other people can buy if you're doing creative financing deals, right? So you're putting people into homes as well that maybe can't go to the traditional lending. So there's a lot of cool things that you're in a positive impact. You're having an effect in your community. So don't let the idea of somebody being rude or hateful kind of stop you from having that positive impact. So I guess to kind of make it on a serious note, and I have actually, the reason I think I'm so laid back by it is because back in 2008, I launched a book in the real estate space with Mark Evans, DM, the deal maker there. Launched a book with him. And it was my first foray into the information business. And I was so excited because I just interviewed all these people and we put this book out there and I was stoked. And I'm like, man, I can't believe I just, my name is on this book. This is awesome. And this guy emails me and was like, hey man, can I review your book? I'm like, sweet. So I send him the book, he reviews it, and he just completely bashes me and everyone in it. And I was just...
And he didn't even pay for it, huh?
No, it was nothing. It's crazy. So I call Mark. I was like, man, did you see this thing? And Mark had already been in the info space for a while. And he was like, oh yeah, man, they're keyboard raiders. Everyone's tough behind a keyboard when they don't have to stand in front of you. So just brush it off and move on. And that's basically, when he gave me that advice, that's what I just started doing. So I'd like to pay that advice forward to you guys. You're going to get some of those comments, but don't let it get in your way. Brush it off and move on. Keep having a positive impact.
Yeah. Keyboard raiders. I like that. Man, we started talking about Facebook marketing for real estate, and then we went down a rabbit trail of getting hate and dealing with it. So I don't even know how to summarize this better than what you did. So why don't we just call it a wrap for this episode of Real Estatepreneurs, and we will be back in your earbuds next time. Thank you guys for tuning in.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.